Hello guys and welcome to another car exposed video. Today finally gonna change the clutch on my Renault Megane MK3. I did a live stream a while back where I was on a M27 I believe it was, and the clutch started sleeping like on gear number 4, 5 and 6. I was able to kind of drive the car for a bit, you know. First, second and third gear was actually all right, wasn't really sleeping at all. And pretty much up until now, every time I schedule myself to do this clutch job, it rains. So today it's looking a bit grey, but hopefully we're gonna be able to do this job. So let me just take it for a drive and show you what's going on. Obviously you can do the test with the, you know, sixth gear, and you can tell that, you know, the car doesn't go anywhere, only the clutch that slips. But let me put the GoPro on. First gear is slipping as well, but not too bad. But from second gear, terrible. I'm not able to drive over any hill or anything. And as you guys know, this is a taxi. So there you go. My foot is not on the clutch pedal, and I accelerate. The car just revs up, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Now I'm gonna have, when it goes to like third gear, fourth and fifth, dreadful, even worse. The only gear that really works kind of okay is the first gear. So we're gonna go ahead and replace this clutch today. Another thing that I have to mention, I don't know what sort of clutch I have in this car. At the moment I've done a 250,000 with this car. When I bought this car it had 105. No history of the clutch being changed, only the timing belt. And since then I changed the timing belt once, and I haven't done the clutch. So pretty much this clutch right now has around 145,000 at least. So I don't know if it has a dual mass flywheel or if they change to a solid one. Ideally what I wanted to do is it gets a solid mass flywheel. Seems a little bit wet here in the gearbox. Another thing guys, I'm not doing anything right now in a particular order. I'm just removing stuff that I know is going to have to come out. There's a 80mm square socket, just like the oil sump. There you go. Looks not bad, nice and clean. The service book, it says this is oil for life, but I do change every year, so that's why it's nice and clean. $30mm socket. Right, as you guys know, I replaced my ball joint for bolts rather than rivets, so I prefer to remove the bottom bolts rather than the ball joint itself. Right, so drive shaft is moving nice and free. So just gonna detach from the gearbox now. Right, so just gonna pull, disconnect the drive shaft from the gearbox, and we'll use it just like a pry bar. It should come out quite easily. There we go. It's off. There we go. Right, so here we have the drive shaft, left hand side one. So that's where it goes there. Right, so we've got to do the other side. By the way, that's your filling hole there for the gearbox. That plastic is like a plastic plug. At the right hand side we have this bearing, which removes just a little bracket, 13mm. Right, so it's disconnected from the hub. Let me pull this. So there you go, just pull out the way. It's coming out from the gearbox. Sorry, someone just phoned me. But there you go, so that's the drive shaft. Disconnected from the gearbox. Just to recap, so we remove the drive shafts, both sides, empty the gearbox, and I've got the drive shaft at the back here, and I'll show you the clutch kit. It's a 3 parts clutch kit, so we've got the 2 drive shafts here. We've got the information there, which I didn't touch it yet. I didn't need it yet. This is the price for the new kit, with the spigot bearing and another plug for the gearbox and washer, which should be here somewhere. There we go. It's a new washer there. So this is the 3 parts clutch kits. So we've got the clutch disc, pressure plate, concentric slave cylinder. So that's what we've got as a value kit. Really good price, $177 for the whole thing. Let me show the bottom now. As you can see, you didn't get any drippage of gearbox oil from the drive shaft holes there, because obviously we emptied the gearbox. You can see a bracket there for the exhaust system or GPF. You can see a missing bolt right here as well. So I think this clutch definitely has been replaced in the past. The car has 250,000 miles. So a mount just there. You can see the bolts for the gearbox all around. Same pin the other side. So I think I will carry on at the top now, remove the battery, disconnect the battery, and remove everything to get more access from the top. Right guys, so I removed the light to get more access for some cables that's here connected to the side of the battery box, and now as you can see I have quite good access to the top bolts. So go on bolts there, one bolt at the back, see if I can show you. There's a bolt right there. Can't really show you there. Got the gear stick cables. Somewhat brackets here on the side for the starter motor. Some bolts for the starter motor. And then down there we got the concentric slave cylinder. And all the bolts around the gearbox. And this mount here, you're gonna have to undo the mount as well, and the gearbox should drop down. Right now I'm gonna remove this brackets bolts here on the side. I hope you guys can see it from there. Alright, so we've got the slave cylinder here now. I'm just going to pull the clip up. One, two clips. Alright, so they're both up now, so just gonna pull it out. I'm gonna get something to cover up the pipe. Right, so next we're going to remove this mount at the rear of the gearbox, connect it to the frame. Just gonna leave to the side there, that should be okay. Right, so now we have this bracket which is just underneath the GPF, 13 mil. We're gonna need a longer socket for this one. Let's have a look. No, it's alright. And the other one is missing, so that should be good. Is there anything at the top? Oh, there's something connected to the top of it. It's a cable. Alright, there's a cable connected to the top of it. Yeah, so the brackets, you have a cable attached to the bracket. So manage to take it out. I'm just gonna leave it here hanging, and then we know the cable is connected to the bracket anyway. So just gonna leave up here. There we go. Alright, so 4 13mm bolts now. they're all the same length. Right, I missed one here at the top. T30. Oh, this thing's seized up. This thing is seized. Lovely. Okay, now it's going. We're gonna take that bracket because it just makes it chunky, you know. So that bolt's there, that bolt's there. This one might be able to reach from here. Let's have a look. There you go. Alright guys, so quick update. I removed the air box to get access to the 2 bolts for the gear stick cable. So there's 2 bolts here. I popped the gear stick cable here, just pop them out. There's a little ball bearing here. I removed all the bolts from the top, all the bolts from the bottom, the mount, remove the bolts here as you saw, and then I removed the brackets at the bottom there just to give ourselves a little bit more room. Everything seems to be disconnected, so we are ready to remove the gearbox now. Another thing, I don't think I'm going to be able to remove the gearbox completely. This support bar here, I took the bolt out there, but you have some bolts coming from the bumper this way, and I'm gonna try to do without removing the bumper. So I will try to detach the gearbox from the engine, just rest it here somewhere, and try to do the clutch this way. And I've got this jack, black one, supporting the engine, with a piece of wood there on the sump, and the other jack supporting the gearbox at the moment, just giving me a little help. But I've got my friend Ricardo here to give me a hand as well. So let's see what happens. There you go, guys. So it's a dual mass flywheel. So we've got a sleeve cylinder there. Not a lot of room, but I think I will try to do this way. I think it's possible. So here we have the old clutch. This is the flywheel side. As you can see, it's worn, but comparing to the other side, you can see the grooves in the clutch disc, and also you can see the groove in the clutch pressure plate. Absolutely knackered. It's actually lucky that the flywheel is actually not bad at all.